Oh, how's it going? I had a great day. Got up early, went to the lake. No trout stock, so hung out for about I don't know, a couple hours, and came home. That was my fun day of checking on the trout stock. But I was able to put up the Instagram, so people now know that they didn't stock today. I start using this thing more, man. I'll start tooting around a freaking tripod. Let's see if anybody's actually going to come in. I was pretty much on time when I came on. It's actually raining here too, believe it or not. Yeah. Well, I don't know if it's rain or it's just heavy mist, but there were some pretty big spots in my windshield. So everything's wet out. You can smell it. You can smell the asphalt start. The asphalt smell. You're like, it's raining. I smell asphalt. I gotta get myself a mug. So I can pour the mug in. Alright, I got a light. Pour my beer in a mug. Tito, yo. Did you go rent a boat and play with trolling motor again? It was wicked today, man. 19, what was it? 15 to 25-mile-an-hour winds today. Still blowing. Is it misting in Salinas? Because it's actually kind of raining here. It's more mist, but oh, that's right. That's right. Now you can't fish for 2 weeks. You're such a wussy with needles. Oh, my arm. Ow. Ow. Oh, I can't fish, guys. I got a shot, and oh, my arm. Is that about the way it goes? Did anybody fish today? Anybody? 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 I don't think that thing stays on very well. Sorry, I used to be a fashion designer. It's just a piece of t-shirt stretched across the boobs. I don't think it's going to stay on very long. I don't even have to ask her at this point because I don't. If new people come in, they gravitate over here. I start using this camera more. I gotta start bringing this camera with me. I don't know. It's like, Chris, what's up? It's like I have so many cameras that I forget I have cameras. My GoPro's over there. My camcorder's right here. My other cameras are right here. I have the DB power over there. I've used that thing forever. I only have used that GoPro in like 3 years. It's one of the fours. It just sits. So I only bought it for my drone. Did you catch those turkeys? See, I do have a hero 4. Nope. Turkeys were actually like years ago. They were years ago. I just found the photo. They were here. There was like 15 of them. They would wander just all downtown. They'd like wander through parking lots. I think they finally had to capture them all and take them away because they just got too obnoxious. They just decided this is a place to live. And yeah, they came in, they hung around for about, I forget how long, like 3 or 4 months or something. Besides, they just decided to get rid of them. They showed up down at the pond too. I have other shots of them at the pond. And my neighbor was out doing the call one day. There was a tom. The thing was going nuts. It was just like doing the fluffing and putting the tail up, and he's out there going. It was hilarious. I should have got video of it. So he was just standing inside his door. The turkey was going nuts. So there's a female here somewhere. So yeah, no trout stock today. That means I gotta go there tomorrow. And Thursday and Friday. I was just gonna talk about this. We should talk about filming more on this. The Epic 2 look. I have some of my tips and tricks that I'm here when I'm using that. It kind of has a grain to it, kind of like film. I think that's from recording an MPEG 2, not MPEG 4. MPEG 2 is files are bigger again. Nope. Nope. I was down there from like 11 till 1. No, they never. I've only talked once on Tuesday. Maybe tomorrow. I hope tomorrow. Today would have been terrible though. It was like 15 to 25 mile an hour winds. Fishing those little teeny 332nd, 1/64th ounce weights. Try that much wind on that light of weight. You can't feel anything. You can't even get to come across. The wind just takes your line and the lure just zooms across. It's like top water. Did I use that one? No, I used the B-roll camera. Thank God I live in Watsonville. No. This is that camera. And then, of course, Tito had his own. No, the lipstick one's actually waterproof. It's waterproof for like 30 feet, 10 feet, something like that. An old Ion. The old Ion lipstick camera. I think that's what they call them, lipstick cameras. And they used to use them in all the FLWs. Thank God. It's supposed to be very windy tomorrow too. It's supposed to be like 13. It's supposed to be 13. It's like all week in here. It's all over the teens. It's like 12, 13, 14. It looks familiar. No, I don't have anything planned. I mean, I threw around a little bit today. I just wanted to get I've been there 2 weeks and I used my right arm, so I had to get used to that. I find it's easier to do it if I actually hold the handle of the reel. Or put my hand on like this. I don't know why, but Probably because when I'm working this, a lot of times my hand's like right there. Yeah, I cast a bet. There was one other guy fishing. He didn't get anything. I saw some cormies come in. I didn't get anything. But it's been like 2 weeks. It's been like almost 2 weeks since the last stock, so I really doubt any of those fish are around. They left that area and they've probably been mostly eaten by the cormorants by now. They take care of they take care of fishing there pretty quick. But hopefully manana they get going, they put them in, that way I can be done with it. And edit. I still don't have a video. I have a video for tomorrow, it's already done. But I don't have anything for Friday. And I'm going there all week. Hopefully not, but if I have to, I'm there all week, so. Trying to think of something. Yeah, no, I got that for do most trout survive. I've never seen them die in there, so. I think they get eaten off before they die off in there. I mean, it's right there at the ocean. It doesn't, fish can live in the water probably up into the 70s. I don't think that thing really ever gets over 70. Maybe, I don't know, I'll take temperature one time. I'm thinking like 70 at most, maybe 71. Because it's too close to the ocean. I think the average temp in Monterey is 65, so I don't think it can get warmer than the average temp, maybe a little bit. But no, it'll be fine. I gotta get ready. I gotta start doing the bass now. I did that one little video, but now that I know how to catch them, I can go there all summer. And now Pinot is renting the boats. All right, Chris. Another renting the boats. So Tito's like, he's already been out in the boat once, but he might go out in the boats. Oh, those things are a pain to handle because they're so big. They're like 16-foot G3s, I think. 14-foot G3. I don't know. They're heavy. They're wide. They're big. They're hard to keep in place. That's for sure. Got to give everybody their girl time. Last night's live was pretty good. We had people in. I gotta get myself some more merch, guys. I keep saying that. I want to get the other hat that says Center Coast Bass. I want to get the Here We Go sweatshirt. But then I had to fix my car, so I spent the money there. Dang it. I only have like what? I have like 5 articles of clothing of my own. So 2 sweatshirts, a couple shirts. But hopefully we have the moment stock comes tomorrow. It's the last one. Thought the last one was the last one, but the last one wasn't the last one. This is the last one. Because I've checked it for 2 weeks after that, and there ain't nothing there. So this is the last trout stock. And hopefully I catch a bunch of them. The water's coming back up, too. I noticed today. So there's a valley that comes into it, and there is a creek in it, and I think the creek kind of runs all year. I've been up there in the summer that, and well, this year there's so little rain, but I went up there in the summer and it was flowing. Yeah, it runs on the backside and it drops through a big crate or grate. This big tall thing. It's like and the water drops in that and then goes into El Cerro. So it always has running water running into it, as far as I can tell, except for I don't know, extremely. So yeah, they drained it, but it still is actually coming up. People think they pump it in from the ocean. I'm like, no, those pumps over there are strictly for getting it out. They don't pump salt water in here. This ain't saltwater lake. But it's come up about, I think, like 2-3 inches. There's almost no dirt underneath the bridge right now. So it's still below the pipe, though. About that far. So I like it up because when I go for the bass against that wall, it's really good. So everybody's kind of dropping out. They came in, they got their, that one. I want that sweatshirt. Oh, I was watching some other female angler show today. What was that called? I don't remember, but like, yeah. All using her looks. She's all looking, all using her looks. She's getting ready in her waders. The shot's like right at her waist, you know. Next shot, next shot. She doesn't use a chesty. She stands behind it. She always has the camera on shore. Guess what? It's always a shot of her ass. These women, I'm telling you, they're killing me. Why couldn't I have been a female fisherman? I could rock that. Yeah, but I was like, really? And then all the comments. It's like, seriously, people, don't you have anything better to do than leave slightly dirty comments about a female fisherman? Although she's promoting it by wearing what she wears and doing what she does, but I think she has 162,000 subscribers. Yep, another one that's doing way better than me. But you got it, flaunt it, right? I mean, it's the way of the world. So, has anybody been to the beach? Does anybody know about the striper bite? I didn't even. I'm assuming it's going on, but I haven't been down there yet, so I don't know. I think it starts in like March. But I know my friend Galen, was always at the trout plants. He hasn't been coming, but he's a big striper fisherman, so I'm assuming he's at the beach. I just don't like dancing with those waves. I gotta go to the pier again too, though. We need to do another pier show. I think we got some southwest winds coming up. Southwest winds are perfect because it blows from over pebbles, so it gets calm until about a ways out because it's come from behind you, so it makes it really easy to fish. And I think there's a couple of those days coming up. Today seemed like it was. It was kind of coming from behind it, but it said west northwest. But anyway, it's a lot better to fish. And I don't have many baits. I'm gonna have to go get some more. Oh yeah, speaking of, I gotta get my baits going again. I had a friend. That was what I was gonna say. You guys remember City Kid Hunting and Fishing? He changed the name now on that. He was at my house when I came home. Not because he wanted to see me, but my neighbor across the way had all his windows changed out, and he was the one doing it. So I mean, I've seen him. He's been on my paddles and stuff, but got to say hi, got to shake his hand. I was just kind of freaked out because I came home and someone's like, "Hey, CCB," and I'm like, "One of the window guys knows me." Yeah, one of the window guys knew me. He was asking me how it was going. I said, "They didn't stock. They didn't stock." So we got to figure out one of the days with Tito. We're gonna go out on a boot, but wait a minute. Was it windy up under there or no? Or windy over there. Usually when it's windy here, it's windy there. Sorry, I just saw it turn it. Oh, he's in the shower. He said, "Thank God I live in Wattsville." I told him it was 15 to 25 here. And usually it's just that windy there. It's only 20 miles away. And north, 20 miles away and about a mile further inland. It's right on the coast. I don't think he had to have wind over there. The one we just filmed over there, it was pretty windy. I will say it was pretty windy, and I'll apologize for some of the wind damage and some of the clips that I'm putting up in tomorrow's show. I apologize for kind of heavy wind. Apologize early. But that mic, the mics on these things are they get wind shear like crazy. Especially if it's coming from the side. But even if it's like straight behind it, it causes it. I don't know if you can see that, but I actually have a piece of tape over the mic. The mic's like right there. Yeah, I put that over it, but doesn't really kill off sound. The other camera actually had a piece of like hair or foam over the top of it, glued to it. Didn't really help. They have great audio. It's just they also have really bad. So that's why I'm always cautious about where I go and when I film, and I have to know about the wind. Because at the moment, that's the way I do it, and I know it works. Well, it fell down to 1, really. I guess you got to get new girls in the pre-show. Everybody's already seen them. They're just rolling right through them. They used to hang out in here for like 2 laps. Who's left in here? I got 1 and 3. I don't know who's still in here. Not like 23 minutes. Nice. Yeah, I said I'm hoping stock comes tomorrow. Just fish. All right, you're the one lurking. Good. It's a homie. It's a pretty song for what I'm doing to you guys, I think. Did they come at the right time? Oh yeah, I used to be a violinist. You can tell. Yeah. Hidden talent of CCB. I can rock the violin. Everybody wants to be air guitarist. I'm an air violinist. It'd be a cool instrument to learn how to play, though. I don't know. I thought, why did I get this song? Oh, I think I got this for Trip to Pito? Now it doesn't even show you in here, Just Fish. It says 0. It says, nobody's here. Nobody's here. Go away. I think it was the music. I mean, obviously. Oh, it says 1 again. It is a good piece, though. Yeah, Pinot on your boat. Pinot on your boat would be fun. Yeah. But that says 2. I'm 2 and 3. Yay! Yeah, I see 0 too. Nothing wrong with zeros. Hey, look, Nick came in. What's up, Nick? Didn't have my trout plant today. So I got to go tomorrow. And I say, and then tomorrow I got to be even earlier because I got to upload a show. So I got to get it going before I get over there. Yeah, but I didn't sock today, but I'm really glad I didn't sock. Because it was 15 to 25 mile an hour winds. And it was cold. I mean, I didn't want to deal with that for filming a show. I mean, where they socking that, it's kind of calm-ish. But the wind still blows through there. And my comments are lagging. Yeah, they always lag about, I don't know. Trapping, what's up? Coyote. Yeah. They're a lot quicker in here than they are in StreamYard, let me tell you. Oh, I'm 3 and 4 now. See all the, I gotta make it, actually I did. I'm gonna make this into a video. It'll be really long, but you see, this is just a slideshow, but I mean, I can make it into a cool, I can make it into a cool video with my copyright music, the whole thing, and do like the jumps and do like cool transition stuff, like my B-rolls, and then I can do it actually like full screen. Yeah, I got a new project. I'm bored. Well, not this week because I got to do trout thing. Maybe next week. Yeah, I could sit down and make it into a whole. So in the background is like a real fun video playing. Wow. It's only for the first hour. Hey, Rod and Jazz. Well, I was going to tell you something about this, Nick. This thing films in MPEG 2. Does yours film in MPEG 2 or is it MPEG 4? Or does it have a choice? Because I really like to look at that thing. When you go to MPEG 2, it looks more like film. It's a little softer, kind of gives it a little grain. But in my day, all these did MPEG 2. I know nowadays they have the option for MPEG 4 and all that. Or maybe these consumer ones don't even do MPEG 2 anymore. I don't know. I like the look of it though. If I ever get to a point that I have like a videographer follow me around, I'm gonna have him use this thing behind me. You gotta be a ways behind me because these don't have wide angle lenses, but I like to look at these. Cough, cough. Hey, that last picture kind of looked like a thumbnail I saw. She looks like somebody. I don't know. It's not somebody famous. She looks like somebody, but yeah. I don't know. I was thinking about that yesterday. This thing has 42 times. 44 or 42 times. But optical zoom, not digital zoom. This thing could zoom in like a mother pucker. I was at the point CCBD. All right. The point I fish at Coyote a lot. It's like 100 yards from the 100 yards from the dock. And that one day I was out there at a tripod and I zoomed way in. I could watch the guy. I could see what he was fishing. It's kind of neat, but 420. I know. What's that? Just like in my title, 420. What's that? Don't know what it is. California, we're kind of sheltered. Oh yeah, this is the cam. This is the this is the Canon Vixia. Canon Vixia. I love Canon because Canon has in the consumer line. Some of them might now. I don't know, but see that right there? That's a mic jack. They all used to have it, and then I don't know, for some reason in the consumer models like this would be the Vixia and that, they stopped putting in mic jacks. I was like, had to look and look when I found this one. Now they might be back because the YouTubers and everyone wanting them. They might be back to putting a mic jack in it, but all of them came with it when they first came out with camcorders and stuff, like 80s and 90s into that. But then the early 2000s, all of a sudden, you had to go to the prosumer and spend more money to get something that had a mic jack. But yeah, it films in it's got the little thing, the little side camera now, but it films in what do I have it at? I think it's 24 megabytes a second, or something like that. It's got all the settings. Oh, there it is. 17 megabytes a second. Oh, you can see it down there on the bottom. They would have had them in fries. 17 megabytes a second. That's a pretty high data stream. 17, 12, 7, and 5. DVDs are what, 8 megabytes a second. I don't know what Canon and that shoots at. Probably about, I don't know. They kind of don't tell you that stuff anymore. You used to know how many megabytes a second something recorded at, but it's kind of like, you don't see it much anymore. It's 4K. Alright, but what's recording at? 2 megabytes a second? That's not going to make very good 4K. Yeah, this is only 1080. 1080 at 17 megabytes a second. MPEG 2 though. I think this is, I got it for $199. You ever heard of Wolf camera? Nope. Never heard of Wolf. I have this one here and I have another one in the closet. But the one in the closet's only 720 by 480. It's only standard quality. But it has the really long optical zoom. I don't know what to do with it. I gave the other one to a kid at the skate park. I mean, you still do stuff at 720 by 480. But, yeah, it's a little rough. But it's really a camera. It's just like this, brand new. I haven't used this one much. This thing doesn't even have a scratch on it. There's no scratch anywhere on this camera. Yeah, they still have the Vixia model. They're newer now. I think they have ones that are 4K, even though they're really expensive. Yeah, that's the old school 1080. High end, high megabyte, 720. Films on MPEG 2, not MPEG 4. So it gives it that, it has a warmer feel to the video. MPEG 4s, when they got to the point they wanted like clear. You can't have it look like film. It can't have it look like a little bit of grain and stuff. We need it clear and vibrant, cold. Movie on film is warm. Colors and everything. Everyone went bright. When you shoot on MPEG 2, it gives it more of that warm quality. Sorry, something went video educational. Oh, really? Yeah, I've never used Wolf. I went to porch. I'm taking the first trek to the porch. Jack's Max, how's it going? Through the hallway. Porch walk. Pretty much. I like having the porch walk. It's been the porch walk since the beginning, hasn't it? I remember Wolf Camera. Wolf. I thought you went. Oh, right. Never mind. I thought you meant Wolf Camera like a type of camera, not Wolf Camera. Yeah, I remember the name. Now that you say that. Yeah. Didn't they used to have commercials on, right? Used to have TV commercials, Wolf Camera. At least in the area. Yeah, I don't know. So too late. I don't know what kind of camera I'm gonna get. I don't really want a DSLR. I don't really want one of those big ones for doing stuff. I don't know. I know about my hat cam. That's like the hat cam, the thing that I use to film myself. Eventually they're going to break and I'm going to have to replace it with something. I just don't really want it to be, well, I don't know, something new. It could be a camcorder. That'd be fun. But I just haven't thought about it. I've been using those two cameras since 2012, so. Yeah, I know. I just don't know. My phone one's really cool. And a lot of people are saying, a lot of people are going back to making their footage look more retro. Kind of putting a documentary filter over it or whatever to make it look more. I'm like, and that's what mine do without a film, I know I up them. That's why they're a lot more brighter than they should be. I use HSL adjust on them and illuminate and saturate a little bit. The kind of look I had. Kind of a pain to have to put it on every clip when you put it in, but I figured out I like it. I still film at 720, so. Half the people don't even shoot at 1080 more. They want to go higher. We got to go bigger. We got to go to 4K. Makes everything better. Even if your scripting and editing is shit, 4K will sell it, man. Oh yeah. That yeah. That's the Kodak. It feels really good to a certain point of low light, and then it turns to crap. But if you can get the good light, yeah, at a certain lighting, it works great. Unless you're being sarcastic, because yeah, after that, it turns to crap. So one problem with those Kodak cameras, they feel really good, but they have very, very low, very bad low light tendencies. It doesn't take much to just a little bit darker, and the thing just goes blurry, pixely. Little white dots show up on the screen too. I don't know where those come from. It's a weird thing too. It's been on every one of those cameras I've had when it gets too dark. There's little, I think there's 3 little white spots that float around on the screen. I thought it was just the one, but it's something in the chip. Yeah, those cameras are from 2012. Actually, earlier than that, that's when they discontinued them, was 2012. And it's one of those ones, if I go to 1080 on it, it's the way the chips are made back then. It's true 1280. 720 by 1280. It's true that. But when you go to 1080, it shortens the field of view. Which means the chip is not 1080. When you go and it shortens the field of view, it's compressing it to a 1080 on the chip. So it's moving in on chip. It's not reading the whole 720 because it's 1280 by 720 is the whole chip. So that's what you know. It's older. It's 1080. They had to sell it. It's 1080. 4K hadn't come out yet. We're up to like 1.5K or something. But I noticed it one day when I was going through it, and I hit 1080, and all of a sudden I looked at the screen, and I went, that looks like it's cutting off a bunch of stuff. Or am I just tripping? So I went back, put it on 720, and I looked again and went, oh, it did cut off about, yeah. Cut off a bunch of the field of view around it, so I've never filmed 1080 on it. It's an old trick. Same chip, but it's not a full. That's kind of why I say full 1080. I just figured that out now. I always wonder why I said full 1080, and I just told you the reason why they say full 1080, and I didn't realize it till now. Interesting. Yeah, it condenses it into less of the further into the chip to shrink it. So it's 1080. But if it's a full, then it doesn't take away from the field of view. Nice. They had that right the whole time, and I didn't even know. But the great cameras. I told you that little Get Up too is a great camera. And it's only like, what, $80? Tito just bought one. You got to get 3, which is actually a little bit bigger. To get 2 is the same exact size as a GoPro, so it fits all the attachments for GoPro. You get 3, they went a little bit bigger. But then here, what, Hero 9, they went a little bit bigger. Isn't that one? Yeah, 8 and 9. It's a little bit bigger now. That's what I heard. I saw some reviews on it. But yeah, I gotta get I don't know. I think my video quality's good enough. I figured out how to dial it in for YouTube. Doesn't look like my old ones, that's for sure. I had some pretty rough videos for a while. And the funny thing is, everybody kept telling me to get a new camera, but it wasn't the camera. It was I was running it in DivX and really small. Now I'm doing it in big 4 and bigger. But you can go back to my old comments, 2010, 11, 12 now. Get a new camera. Your camera's so bad. Get a new camera. It wasn't the camera, it was the rendering. I was putting them on Pirate Bay at the time, file sharing, so I had small files. And I just kept those small files to upload to YouTube. So I think I was still on DSL at that time. It took me like 3 hours to upload a video. It's crazy. Crazy amounts of time to put up a video. I'm 7 and 4. What do you, are you guys waiting for anything? I mean, I've done trout so far. I did a rockfish show. Oh, I haven't done a carp show. I haven't filmed a carp show yet this year. Maybe I go for them at El Estero again. They should be hidden. And I'll use the same trout pool. I use 4-pound lines to 6. I don't know. Did you guys, any of you like the carp show? I mean, I thought it was a lot of fun. Especially when that kid lost his pole. That was classic. And when I caught that freaking big ass koi. That was pretty classic. And I haven't been over there. I mean, I remember when I did those shows because I went there for bass and the carp were just going nuts. But I think it was around this time. I'll hit it up. I'll hit it up next week. This week's about the last trout stock. Got to get that out of the way first. Oh, another thing I need to do is I need to do crappie at Pinot. Now that I got the little crappie tube down as far as working it, I want to go catch some crappie on it. I mean, it's good for the trout, but the crappie for the crappie. I'm going to go to Pinot and try that. I could go with Rick. Rick really knows. I mean, he knows how to do the crappie good and where they are. Maybe I could do an old collab with Rick, and we can go out and catch crappie on crappie gear. Because usually I catch them at Pinot, but it's on bass gear. They hit my underspins, they hit my cranks. I've caught them flipping, caught them on a drop shot. I think caught them on the flicking. You know, they're big in there too. They're like, you can go all day and not catch one of their 2 pounds. Seriously. Pinot has some huge freaking crappie. Nobody eats them, so. Yeah, they're big. I look at all the other shows that go crappie fishing, and I'm like, those are all right. Those aren't big. If you want to see big, come to Pinot. You get crappie with mouths like that big and 3 pounds. They're freaking tanks there. They don't fight that well, but on the 4-pound line with the crappie jig, they'd fight better. Probably fight better than the trout I'm catching. I'm 9-4 now. There's no commenters today. Come on. I don't know if everybody gets. I don't know. So yeah, tomorrow I head out. So tomorrow there's a show coming up. Then back to El Estero. Hopefully they stock tomorrow. I just don't want to. I hate having to drive every day and wait. Drive every day and wait. But if you don't drive there, then that's the day they stock, and then you're like, ah, fuck, I should just come yesterday. See, you gotta go every day of the week. But I think most of the stocks this week have come on a Wednesday, so maybe they will dump them in tomorrow. Help me, God. Please make it tomorrow. It's like the rain gun stopped. Well, it wasn't really rain. I think it was heavy mist. There's a diff. Oh, my car worked fine today. That was its first trek with the new coil on the freeway. I haven't got new wires yet. Um, but, you know, running it for a week or something on those old coils, it's fine. But yeah, I need to get the coils. But I'm, going to El Estero every day. And I'll get to it. Yesterday, working on that car, man, that was tough. That was the first time I worked on a car in years. And to change it in the parking lot of O'Reilly's. That was fun. I was like, hey, can I change this right here? He goes, I don't see why not. So I got out my tools and dirtied my hands and changed my coil. Now I go down to San Luis. I need to go down to San Luis to clear out my storage unit. But I have some places I'm going to film. I'm going to do a slow trip. My sister lives down there. Maybe I can stay overnight so I could go down there and film for all one day, then spend the night, then deal with my storage unit the next day, and then head back home. We'll see how it goes. But I'd like to show you guys where I used to fish in slow, other than lakes that are on my early videos. There's a lot of Cal Poly ponds. Richard, what is up? Yeah, there's a lot of ponds I used to fish. There's some creeks anyway. I might play with those, or at least show them to you. Well, I'm up 10 now. 10-6, good. Yeah, but I'm gonna title it Slow Tour. Maybe I can go down there and mix it into 2 or 3 shows. Shorter ones, obviously. So I'm gonna be down there for possibly a couple days. But yeah, I really wanted to show you some of the urban slow spots. That's where my show started, but those are all on the major lakes. Nassau, Margarita, Lopez. I want to show you the cool ponds. Cool ponds that hang on the backside of Cal Poly. I think there's what? There's 5 of them. I'm going to use this crappie spinner. No, but yeah, I think there's 5 or 6 of them up there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, well, I'll show you. Give me the slow tour and I'll show you. I'd really like to eventually go all the way down to where I grew up in Pomona and show you Guasti, Pudding Stone, San Dimas Reservoir. Some of the three places that I really learned how to bass fish in. That'd be also a fun tour. But it's a 6-hour drive, so that'd be a long one. But it'd be fun. I'd be like Star Trek or Star Wars and Star Trek. I'd be going back in time. You guys have learned all the forward stuff. But now we're going back in time. Like Star Wars and Star Trek. Show you my old haunts. Now the COVID thing's going away. Not going away, but lightning. I get that done. It'd be a lot of fun. Some new material. And people like this and go, oh, we love this guy. We live down here. And they'd be like, well, he doesn't even fish here anymore. What happened? We liked him because he was local to this San Luis and the Pomona area. Because they won't understand it's a throwback video. They'll be confused. Like a lot of the YouTubers, they're like, huh? What? Oh, what? Yeah, they just don't get it. All right, Dax. Thanks for coming in. Wait, let me do this. There we go. Been a long time coming. Yeah, I'd like you. I'd like to show you some of the spots I used to escape to. Hey, Backroads, how are you? Yeah, slow tour. I said I want to take you on those ponds. Maybe show you Atascadero Lake, Laguna. That's where my first ever fishing video was filmed. Flipping Laguna. I heard it dried up. I don't know if it has fish in it, but I can go show you the place. So my old haunts. But definitely the creeks. The creeks are amazing. You're not allowed to fish them, but everything's there's no fishing there. There's so many little native trout in those creeks. It's amazing. I don't know about filming them or fishing in them, but I can film them. Show you where they are. They're right in town too. Like you pull into a hotel and park in the back parking lot, and right down from the parking lot's the creek. And across from it are people's backyards. There's other spots that are right, it's all businesses around it. And right there you can catch really good native trout. The rainbows, 5, 6, 7 inches. Ah, so fun. A little fly. I did. Actually, I think it's the same rod I still have. That spinning rod, maybe that one. But yeah, I put an old bait caster on it, and I put fly line on it. Because it's really, you can't. There's not a lot of room. There's a lot of trees. and And there we go. Tex just mentioned one of the creeks. It's San Luis Creek, the one that runs right through town. Has a lot of tributaries to go up. But yeah, it is fun. It's it's not legal to fish, but it's fun. Yeah, it's right behind the hotel. And there's that little place you can go. Oh, I should go to that place where the windmill is. And it's meant to show. It's a really cool place. It's right on top of when you first come in down the hill on the freeway. You turn, there's some hotel, and there's this hotel that has this like cool native kind of thing showing the windmills they use and like, to turn grain and stuff on the creek. And I don't know if it's still there, but it's a really cool like 1800s looking place. I'd like to go film there. That'd be a lot of fun. Yeah, slow tour. Gotta set that up. And I need to go down there anyway. Cause I gotta clear out my freaking. It's cost me $90 a month for something that I put in storage in 2005. it's, it's been down there for like 15 years now. Love its old electronic equipment, old clothes, records. Not much furniture and stuff. I think you got rid of all that before I put it in there. But yeah, I gotta get rid of it. I've been wanting to get rid of it for like 6 months. And then they raised the rent. It used to be 75. Now it's 90. 89. I'm like, no. I need to grab all this shit, come up here and have a yard sale. Electronics yard sale. Because I used to do video editing. I have like VCRs down there, DVD players down there, tape players, home stereo, all kinds of stuff down there. I have a TV down there. Obviously, an old school one. It's a 27-inch flat screen, but it's one of the old big ones. Revolutionary at its time. I only watched it for 6 months and then I put it in storage. It's 1,080 for storage. What? Really? Is that how much I paid? And yeah, thanks for adding up. I paid $18,000 for 15 years to pay for my storage. I only been to it once. When I first moved back here, I went down to get my fishing stuff out. And I had the keys for 5 years, knew where the keys were. I went down there once to get my stuff, my fishing stuff out of there, and I lost the keys after that. So I'm gonna have to take a bolt cutter with me. Clip it, get all the shit I can sell out, take all the rest of Goodwill, and blank that motherfucker. Just leave it empty. Just, yeah. Spend the day taking everything to Goodwill and then pack up the car with everything that's sellable and get the hell out of Dodge. And hopefully film a couple cool blogs and stuff while I'm down there. Showing you all the really cool $1,800. Why'd you put that in there? No, it's gonna haunt me. I threw away $1,800. Hey Funk, what's up? I really? I spent that much? Well, it's been 15 years. $1,800? Oh, wow. Thanks, Jess. I didn't realize that. I feel like more of a fool now. Well, I'm 8-8. I'm doing better. 8, wow. See, that's why they rope you into that shit. That's why they want somebody that's moving away to put stuff in storage. Put storage in a place you live, that's different. That's temporary. You put storage in someplace that you're moving away from, you'll never get back to it. Alright, well, it was a little less than that. It started at 55, and then it went to, gradually grew to 89. But still, somewhere over 10,000. Yeah, somewhere over 10,000. That's just crazy. My mom keeps telling me to just get rid of it. Just let it go. Just stop paying. I'm like, no. I know what's in there and I know we can sell it for. Plus, I have all my old VHSs with my skateboard stuff and all, like, and pictures, and she would never do that. She'd tell me to. I'm like, it has like history stuff to me, pictures and other stuff. It's not just old clothes and furniture in there. It's a lot of personal stuff. So, trophies. I know, well, that's why I fixed my car. I fixed my car because I need it running top shape if I'm traveling 2.5 hours south and 100 something miles. I'll get it set up. I'll get it, compadre. If not, my goal is by my birthday. My birthday's the end of next month, so of next month to set it up, get down there, get all the stuff, bring it back here, clear it out. Feel free of the burden of the past. And I can use a lot of that video footage of my life to put together something that'd be really cool. That video of us in our dorms, at our first house at the condo, tons of videos of my house I lived in for 16 years. There's just so much stuff down there. I can't let that go. That'd be a crime. They spend like a year not even doing fishing videos. Just a year of throwback videos. That'd be a lot of fun. A lot of work though. Because they're on VHS, which means I gotta feed them in real time through my capture card. That means if it's a 2-hour video, I gotta let it play for 2 hours while it feeds it all into the computer. Yeah. No chips in those. It's real time, baby. Take a lot of time, but it'd be a lot of fun to do. A lot of fun. So, look forward to that coming soon. me. They'll be worth filming though. Not for majority of people that watch me, is they'd be like, who the fuck cares about this guy? He's nobody on YouTube. But if I had 500,000 subscribers, they'd be interested. Like, oh my God, I love seeing him back in the day. This is such good history. Yeah, whatever. Well, our rain's gone. The rain is cleared. I can see clearly now that the rain is gone. Oh no, I mean, I don't know. It's just frustrating spending so many hours creating something and having 100 people watch it. I mean, but hey, I'm not dead yet, so I'll keep it going. I think it's turning now. YouTube's run its cycle of invention, I think. People are kind of getting tired of the same old, so hopefully the old school look comes back. I'm not dead yet. I'm not. I spent a lot of time trying to change YouTube. I'm just slow at it. How long did it take me to do B-roll? But now I got a taste of it, I'm getting better at it, so. Hopefully a change will get quicker. Really helps when I'm producing less, though. It used to be all about, I need this, I need content, I need content, I need content. Now it's like, I got a schedule, 2 days a week. I'm good. And I got my shorts that I'm doing on Mondays. That's fun. I was doing the surveys on Thursday. I missed the last 2 weeks. Might miss this one. Depends on the trout stock. But I think people like the surveys. They're fun. Something different. I wanted to get them consistent, but now I've dropped out for 2 weeks. So I got some good ones coming up. People like surveys. I think. Sorry, I thought that was an owl, but it's a car. Surveys are fun. It'd be some verbal stuff. I think I'm not dead yet. I'm not dead yet. I'm going to keep trying things until I am dead, though. It's always fun to experiment. Like that 40 question one. I think that's one of the best things I did. Not that it got many views or many people watched it, but I think the creativity of putting that 40 question one together was a lot of fun. Wish I had more ideas like that. I even spent the time to buy props for that one. Where I bought the onion rings. And I got other videos like Barney and Friends, and it was a lot of fun to film. I just need more ideas like that. Slow tour might be good though. And I might start adding a tripod to the mix. I did it in some videos, having the third person look, which now a lot of YouTubers that are pretty big use all the time. Putting themselves on tripod plus the chesty. Instead of paying a videographer to follow them around and film them. So I might go back to that. Wow, really? 115? Damn. Doing pretty good. Time is it anyway? Ooh, almost 9:30. Good. Not good that, I'm leaving or anything, but planning to keep this one about the usual. I did it last night. I was really proud of myself. Panel was less than 3 hours long. I've been having to have it plugging in my phone. And when I plug in my phone, it's all over. The week before that, I went 6.5 hours. I'm like, I just have a hard time saying no. People are on, people are talking. They like it, they're having fun. So I keep the party going. Then in the morning, I'm like, like a typical party. Why'd I do that? I'm going tinkle. Stay right there, talk amongst yourselves, add like chats and stuff. That was fun. So, anybody have any fishing questions? I mean, it is Fish Talk Tuesday. Any inquiries? Anybody looking to catch fish? Find fish? Because I'm here. I have knowledge. Oh, where'd you fish? It is a little slow there. It's already past time. By April, they're all freaking done. Mega the company or mega as in big? Anthony got 1200 on a 10-inch glide bait. Really counting on chatterbait? I don't have any in my possession. I got to make some of mine up again. I've been wanting to throw it, but big. Yeah, Anthony caught the 12 on it, 10-inch glide bait. They'll hit them. Bigger fish don't seek them out. Bigger fish aren't intentionally looking for big things to eat. They eat whatever comes their way. But it's not really a way to get big fish. Using a big bait, you're not going to target bigger fish. I mean, you might get a big fish on it, but you're not going to be targeting him. There's nothing that sets big fish apart from targeting big fish. Oh, any different than littler fish. I mean, a 2-3 pounder will hit a big bait just as a 8-9 pounder will. There's no discretion against it for the bass. They just want to eat. If a 9 pounder can eat 1 inch fish all day, it'll do it. It's an easy meal. I'm not going to look at an easy meal and go, I don't want that. I'm going to look for a big ass trout. They're opportunistic feeders. I have a good one on site coming up. I have a good one on site of bass. Biology Bites. It might. I don't know. A lot of the information is really, really good. It comes from a book that a guy wrote about the scientific approach of bass fishing. And it focuses on the eye of the bass. What they see. It's really good. And I got some inserts from it. You'd be pretty amazed at what that information can do for you as far as catching more bass. It's not the bullshit you hear from other fishermen and their thoughts of how they see things. This is actually the fact about how they see things. But it's the author who did this book. And it's from Berkeley. Not Berkeley, California, but Berkeley as far as Berkeley and their baits. One of those scientists that says that. Good stuff, though. Hoping to get out by Friday, but I don't know. It's going to be tough with my schedule with stocking the trout stock this week. But that was my planned Friday upload, was a thing about Biology Bites about sight. More in depth. So we'll see if I can get that done. It's a tough schedule. I started out doing a lot of tips and tricks, and then I loved them. Now I'm like scared of them because I script them. Yeah, but they'll still hit it. They'll still hit it back roads. You know how many like 3 and 4 inch bass I've caught on a Super Spook Junior? I mean, not a junior, a Super Spook. A 6 inch topwater bait, and I've caught tons of 3, 4, 5, 6 inch bass on it. it's bigger than them, and they'll still hit it. They don't discriminate. If they see something and they want to like rip the fins off of their tails, which I think the hooks are, they'll hit it. You saw that one that Jeff Fish caught at the Delta on his topwater. It was bigger than the lure. I mean, it was smaller than the lure. They don't care. Yeah, but see, people think they're trying to eat it, but they're not. The hooks on it. Oh shit! No spider. The hooks on it look like the fins. Bass have teeth. They can grab and rip off a piece of tail, and it's food. Yeah, so they're hitting because, well, see, spook you have more hooks. You have three. They're all long it. Big swim bait usually has like one hook or maybe two, but they hit the fins and stuff. They're not hitting the hook itself. Because the fins look so real now. You'll be like, and whoa, and they just grab the tail and like trying to rip a piece off. Check the markings. I bet you see a lot of tail marks on the fins. I bought you bites on that. It's about a little piranha. A little piranha that's only the size of a 50-cent piece. And it spends its whole life eating fins of other fish. Doesn't eat the whole fish. Its whole life is just ripping bite-sized pieces off of fins. Tail fins, side fins. It doesn't care. It's a mouthful. It's only the size of a 50-cent piece. Really? Territorial. Are there trout in there? I don't think there's trout. And can you fish it? You gotta check the regulations of when it runs. There are two lakes up there. Two lakes above the campground, by the campground. You used to fish those all the time, navies. Caught some good bass out of them. Tried the river a lot, all the way up to the gorge. Hiked it, fished it. Saw a lot of um, Sacramento hits and suckers. I never saw any trout though. I'm sure they're in there. But I never did back then. I never checked the regulations. I had my license, but I don't know when it's fishable. It's gotta be all barbless hook too. You cut some rainbow. Yeah, I never fished for them though. To be honest, I never tried for trout when I was up there. I never saw any. Rainbows go. Yeah, that gorge is amazing. We swam through that thing. Indiana goes through and it kind of comes like the rock goes up and over, and then you come out and the creek's coming in. And there's actually, well, there used to be an old mining car there with the uh, tracks, the train track things on it. Yeah, it's stuck out right there because they used to mine gold up in the hills up in there. I doubt so now. That was like in 1984, 85, something like that. Yeah, there's big ass carp in that gorge though. We see them come up. They come out of the deep in schools. You go near the top and then go back down. Yeah, gorge is creepy though. I did some cliff diving into it, but it's crazy. I don't even know how deep it is. 50, 60 feet in that thing? It's deep. Back in the day, a lot of people went on the far side and practiced rock climbing. Because if you fell in the water. So it was pretty safe. Yeah, maybe I'll have to go do one there. I haven't been there in a long time either. I mean, it's only like 30 minutes from my house. I think 30, 40. Yeah, it's in and up above to the right of Greenfield, backside of Carmel Valley Road. That'd be doing. Maybe I could do when I do slow tour. I could do like an old haunts tour. That might be fun. An old haunts tour, and go there. Do the slow tour. Go all the way down to L.A. That might be fun. Rainbows. See, I never fished for them in there. All the stuff I saw in the water wasn't. I thought they were trout, but it ended up being a type of minnow, like a carp sort of thing. They ended up snagging one. I'm like, fuck it. I want to know what this is. Putting on a treble hook with a weight. And it was some sort of, I don't know, maybe it was a sucker, something. Had scales, looked like a minnow, big scales, silver. Looked like trout in the water though. But you've caught them, so that proves they're there. They should be. It says Slow Creek and all that. There's trout in there. It just usually comes down to the legality of fishing it. Well, I think where else they go. I think it's open. It might be the April through November. It's usually April through November, or December through March. It's usually the way the creeks around here work, or rivers. And always barbless. Thank you, fishing game. Can't hurt our native trout if we catch them. They're a lost species here. Yeah, they're everywhere in all the creeks. Where's that car come from? So yeah, I'd like to go up there and I don't know. I'd like to go up there and fish those two lakes, but I've I've heard they dried up through the years. So I don't know if there's fish back in them. But it'd be fun to make the quest and survey it. See if there's actually anything in there. Because you hear stories, oh, it dried up. It got really small, but it didn't actually dry up. Kind of like what they said about lock pad in my test pond. We're still fishing here, it dries up every year. I know it doesn't. But, yeah. Then 2014-15, it dried up completely. So, there went that. People always say stories that have no idea. They always say it dried up. But it just got really low and it always kept water. They said that about San Antonio. Oh, there's no fish in San Antonio Lake anymore. It dried up. No, it didn't. It got as low as 640 something acres. And probably like 30, 40 feet deep. It was like all them fish in there are dead. Margarita did the same thing in 91. 6%. Covered maybe 200 acres, something like that. Once it filled up, that place was amazing for like 4 years, 5 years after that. But everybody else said, oh, it dried up. It dried up in 91. No, it still had a good 200 acres of water in it. Fish only use a little percentage of it. Most of it's dead space anyway. We get more compacted and they live. I heard Lake Powell. Lake Powell is at 36%. Lowest it's been since they built it, basically. And yeah, it's just, it says probably getting down to 31 or 30%. I mean, it's still huge. It still covers a lot of acres and everything, but it's just, it's more like a river now instead of a lake. Most of what used to be lakes up there. Wow. But yeah, it's bad. Well, we got no rain here. Six-inch striking. I don't know what it looks like. I had never heard of that bait. I don't know how it works. Bass will hit anything. Bass are opportunistic. They'll hit anything. You put in the right place at the right time, they'll eat it. That's what, I don't know. It's just, a lot of people don't understand that whole concept. I think you have to have the exact bait, the exact color. No, I need to go there and do one too. I've been invited to Loch Lomond many times. I just never went. I, I do need to. I mean, Tito's gone to it a lot. Wasabi's gone to it. I need to get up there and check it out. This year for sure. I've been putting it off forever. I just heard it was a lot of walking. Yeah, clear water, sure, I know. Flicking, jigs, drop shot. It's finessey. I mean, caught him on that Don Pedro and it was like 20-foot visibility, so. Just so there's some wind or just so they don't see you before you put it out there, you throw it way out deep or something like that, man. Something small, some finesse. I'm not going to go out there much with active baits, that's for sure. Least likely to hit something like that, unless there's a lot of wind or something. But yeah, crankbait, spinnerbait, doesn't. No, you gotta go finesse. You gotta go small. That's the way you catch them in clear lakes. They can see way better than we think. I told you, I'm gonna do that Bozzy Bites on their site. You'd be pretty amazed at what they see compared to what we see. Ozzy. Really? You'd have that checked. Go to an ear doctor. No, I'll get there. I'll get that this year. I just play by ear now. Speaking of echo, I just play by ear. Something sounds cool, I'll go. I'll go fish it, go see what I can do. But I'm over the gotta go thing. Sounds logical. Seems like a cool thing to do. I'll do it. But I spent so many years just having to fish, having to produce, having to go, having to catch fish, making stuff up. All that. Nah, I'm over it. I have all those videos on record. I have my record. They're back there. You can look at them. Howdy, David. Yeah, I hear sirens. Hopefully you hear them too. Because, alright, I do hear them. It's not just me. They're here. There is sirens going on. No, they're here. Ooh, I've seen major location. Sound like ambulance or something. I don't know if it's police. Wasn't a high speed car chase, that's for sure. Somebody just called because they had heartburn. Oh, wow, went up to 10, then went down. Now it's a 6. That's cool. Yeah, King. That's my beer. I'm downgraded though. Used to be Steel and Hurricane and actually Hurricane the other night. But yeah, no, just King Cobra. Keeps me happy. Keeps me going. 6%. It's the way I work. I'm a 6% kind of guy. Yeah, I know. I have some stuff to do. Got to fish Loch Lomond. Venture to a new lake. Got to go do the slow tour. I have plans. El Estero. It's really funny because it's a bait you wouldn't think of. Spook, spinnerbait, buzzbait. Old Milwaukee. Yep. I don't know. Yeah, it's activates. They really like topwater and stuff in there. Got a few on a jig and other things, but yeah, I've caught most on buzzbaits, spooks, spirits, some in the water column. Just, and close to shore. You just go around the edges. Yeah, you go around the edges. From the pump house to the end of the skate park. Up against the wall, up against the edge. That's the best place I've found. Can't fish behind the bridges. I know most people fish there, but it's actually restricted water all year. People get tired of me saying that, but yeah. Yeah, but it's active baits. It's really, really weird. I would have thought it was more of slow baits like jigs and Texas Reef worms and that stuff. Nope. Majority of my bites and majority of my fish come on active baits in there. They love topwater. Be amazed. Something that you can fish, either on top or a foot or two below. Seems to be the range. Places I've caught them on that, I can fish a jig or something else, and it's very intermittent. Yeah, oh, I had a huge fish in there on the spook. No, on the buzzbait. I thought it was a carp, but it could have been a carp. A carp would not have hit the buzzbait. So, yeah, I said I fished it for 10 years and never hardly caught anything. Always going with flicking and jigs and that sort of stuff. Once I switched to topwater and active baits, I caught a lot more fish. It seems it seems totally opposite. Usually lakes like that, they're in the middle of town. A lot of people fish them and all that. They see a lot of active baits, so you think those baits would be the least that you want to fish, but no, evidently that's what they want. But I said you gotta fish them close to shore. Anyway, things only like 6, 7, 8 feet deep all over. It's like a pond. They sit staring at shore. And right there by the skate park, that wall, it's like 2, 3 feet deep in front of it. Yeah, they love to sit there. They just sit up against walls. I love to eat right against them. I'm gonna do some more videos this year on there. I did a few last year in the fall. Where I actually started, I think I got 25 fish in those shows, and for 10 years I got none. So it was a big switch, huge switch. But I just never threw those baits there. Didn't think it would work. But I was changed. So yeah, there are, and I caught all sizes of bass in there. I caught little and big, just everything. I thought there was only big ones in there, and the little ones didn't live, and it was devoid of a younger generation of bass and that. But I totally proved wrong. It's got a lot of bass in it, and I've seen. Well, I caught that 4. I've seen 7.5s taken out of there. Heard of 8s caught in there. 6s. It's got big bass. You just got to know how to fish for them. It'll be fun. I said I'm gonna go back and I don't know, probably another month or so. I'll start really fishing it with what I've learned and see if I can do better this year than I did last year when I learned it. So that'll be fun. It's always fun to see if you can do better than you did before. if you can really click into them, yeah, if you can really just really dial them in, that's the fun of it. And especially for me, because I spent so many years there not catching anything. I go to other lakes and everywhere else and catch fish. I just couldn't catch them at El Cerro. Then I got some hints. So, yeah, I'm going to go play with those more. And I'm going to go back to Pinot more. I mean, let's face it. I don't even know how low Uvis is and Chesbro and Coyote. I want to go back to Coyote. I love Coyote when it's really low. That's when I've done best there. So I'm really looking to go back to film and shoot some videos at Elster at Coyote. Because I think it's going to be really low. And that's when I have a point that does really well on this low. So. And then Coyote Creek Lakes is opening at the end of the month. You can go film there. Give it a gander. Haven't been there. Well, it's closed half the year, so that's why I haven't been there. But want to go give that one a try. You have a lot of stuff in the works. I ain't dead yet. Got to keep expanding. Is Ozzy still here? I know he came in for a little bit. I don't know if he's still here though. I've never fished lizards. That's one something. I think maybe once or twice, half-heartedly, but I've never been a fan of them. Don't know why. It's not a bait I've ever fished that much. Tubes, yes. Creature baits, craws, anything Texas rigged, yeah. Wasn't much of a lizard guy. Yeah. Maybe. Could be something different to do, but I don't know. I just never got into them. Right? Maybe. You might be right. It's just I never was a fan of them. Caught them on a lot of other baits. Just for a video. Yeah, that'd be good. Mostly I just fish around here. Bass fishermen, first and foremost. But in our area here, there are. Oh, I blinked. There's like. Yes, yeah. There's like, what, 11 lakes around here, I think. 11? 11 or 12 bodies of water you can fish around here. I have video at least all of them. I mean, if I go further north, I think there's another like 3 or 4 I can fish. But in the general area, about an hour from me, there's about 11 bodies of water. They're not the best. They're not like huge producers or anything, but they're fun to fish. I catch fish in them. I'm used to not the best bass waters, so. I find something that has bass, I learn how to catch them. Mostly finesse stuff, but every once in a while I do catch fish on an active bait, like topwater or spinnerbait or wild trap or something, but I don't focus on that. Those are, man, those situational baits. I focus on the consistent baits. Jigs, drop shots, flicking, Texas rigs. Stuff that's consistent at catching fish. Everyone wants to go active and be all macho. I don't mind my feminine side coming in and put that little sissy stick in my hand. Of course, mine's not a sissy stick because it's not a spinning reel. It's a bait caster, but it has the same sissy stick bait on it. I don't even fish them all on bait casters. Except a 1/32 ounce crappie jig. Those are hard to cast on a bait caster. I casted the 1/8 ounce rooster tail on it fine, but yeah, you go less than that. 1/32, no. You need a spinning reel to cast that. True that. Just being honest. That's what it takes to throw that light of a bait. Spinning reel. 4-pound line. So, any other fishing questions? Let them fly. I'm feeling prime right now. Prime with my fishing expert at the moment. What about a brush hog too? I fish broadcast. Let me rewind. Ever fish a brush hog, Joe's? You used to love those baits. I don't fish so much anymore. You can catch them on any pinnacle. Any. In the summer, can't go wrong with a Senko. How to find the bass? Um, how to find the bass? That's a tough one. Um, a fish farm. I mean, I don't know. How to find them? Bass pretty much everywhere. I mean, there's places where there's more than others, but if you're in a good spot, they're always there. You always just have to figure out how to get them. Rodents. I never fish rodent. I don't fish frogs much. I'm a toad guy. I should be toad not. I don't think I've ever caught a fish on a hollow body frog. Ever. Yeah, I don't think I ever have. I don't. I don't try to fish them, but I don't know. It's just not my deal. I mean, people might say, "Hey, you've been fishing for 40 years and never caught a bass on a frog." I don't. I don't fish it. it's, it's not my cliche. It's not how I go about looking for a topwater fish. I'd rather throw a toad or sometimes a weightless Texas rigged Senko across the slop. Seems to work just as well. I've seen Rick catch so many fish. I don't have them on video, but yeah, in the back of Pinot, over the weeds and that, taking a weightless Senko and just pulling that over the slop. Caught way more fish and bigger fish than on a frog. And the hook set seemed to be a lot more consistent on that than a frog. Well, no frogs. I mean, it's 50-50. They'll blow up on it. You miss half of them. But it's just so fun. Watch them blow up on it. But you go different bait and catch 75% of them or more. It's just a misnomer. It's industry driven. I mean, I've been behind pros as a Delta throwing a frog. They missed 90% of the fish that hit it. They did hook some 8-pounders though, but that was one fish and like 10 that hit it. You're in a tournament, every fish counts. Got an 8-pounder though. Can't argue against that. But that's a lucky fish, you know. It happens for a reason. Look for a big fish. There were some that catch one out of 10. You're hoping it's big. 1 out of 10, it's only a 3-pounder or 2-pounder. You're like, eh. What's up, going south? Welcome. Welcome, man. Welcome from the other side of the world. I hope I'm, I don't know, I get on here and ramble, but I hope, I hope what I'm saying is helping you guys. I know I seem, well, let's just say different from the rest as far as how I promote stuff, but I've been doing it so long. I just know how to catch fish, and I don't fish like everybody else. I fish different. But I really hope I'm helping you guys. Being a different sort of avenue for experiencing how to catch fish, at least bass. I'm always honest. I'm always a true guy. If I haven't fished it, I'm not gonna make it up. Yeah, that's a good guy right there. No, I just say I don't. It's fun to catch fish on a lot of stuff, but you don't really need it to catch fish. Lures are designed to catch fishermen, not fish. A lot of promoters, spots are they're there to promote what they fish. Is it the best? Who knows? I mean, but they're doing their job to promote it and sell people on their product. That's what they do. I don't have any sponsors. I fish the way I fish. I catch what I catch. And if you believe me, then trust me. I mean, if you don't, go watch somebody that fishes golf course ponds. Easy bass. I don't fish in easy lakes. Everything's no. I don't fish good lakes. There's no lake around here that's good. But I figure out how to catch fish in it. That's the way I work. I want to catch fish. I'd rather work my ass off to catch a 3 pounder in a lake that's shitty than go to a golf course pond and catch an 8 pounder in a pond that's easy to catch fish in. That's the way I work. I work for my fish. It's I don't know. It's pretty much the same Candace. I don't know everything. It's weird because everything I fish from drop shot to flicking to a jig, it looks the same if you watch me on video, but there's actually a different motion to it, a different Candace, a slight difference in the way that I. With jigs, I usually fish faster. They're for calmer water. They're a little bit heavier than the air stuff, but I don't know. You just fish them a little bit faster. I mean, because it's a jig, it's supposed to look like a crawdad. Crawdads often scoot really fast, but then sometimes they slow down. So you like scoot and then you hit a rock. When it hits a rock, you kind of pick it up a little slower and you're working over it. Then it falls over it. And you start working a little faster and get back to your normal until you hit something else. And then, I know it's all seeing the ball. It's a sports term, but being the ball. As you as a fisherman, at the end of your line is a bait. And you have to visualize in your head what that bait looks like and how to better work that bait to make it look like something that's natural in the water as you're working it. And I know I'm doing it so long that I don't even think about it, but you just have to envision the way that it's encountering things that you're feeling at the end of your line. How would something that's in your line that's a bait, how would it act if it hit that? Or how would it like scoot right over it? Or maybe pull up it a bit and then scoot over it? And I don't know, it's just, you have to mentally put the bait in your mind as you're working on the bottom. At whatever bait you're working. And not just on the bottom through the column or anything. You have to be the ball, which is the bait that's at the end of your line. It's a weird concept, but you have to realize that in your mind as you're working something. What it looks like down there, how it's reacting, all that other stuff. You have to mentally put it in your head. Because they have bait around them all the time. They have options for food all around all the time. But they pick the easiest and the quickest. So putting that together, how it might work over a branch or how it might work over a rock or I don't know. It's the only way I can explain it. It's just I, I've been doing it so long. It's just hard for me to take what works in my mind when I'm working something to people don't have the knowledge I have to relay it to how they should think about how it is down there and what the bass's environment is. I don't know. That's the best I can explain it. But always understand that you're putting something out there that's supposed to imitate something that the bass sees all the time. And how to make it look injured or an easy prey compared to everything else that's around them. That's the way I sort of think about it when I'm fishing. I don't know if it makes any sense, but that's how my mind works when I'm fishing. Yeah. Of course, I'm a wildlife so I've been trained to look at it from the species, not the human mindset. They don't interpret anything the way we interpret it. They see their world totally different. And once you understand that is when you'll probably find yourself catching a lot more fish or bass. And I try to do everything I can to parlay that through my tips and tricks and my biology bites. It's good. Yeah, eBay fish. Going back, I saw it. A new comment showed up, but go back to Acts. I've always been kind of confused by that. When you said jig, I get a lot of people that say things about jig. And they go, yeah, I've always fished jig, but I don't know how they hit it. Like, well, they hit it pretty much the same way every bass hits a bait. I was a little confused by that. It's like, I still don't know what it feels like when they hit a jig. Well, but you've caught them on a Texas rig, right? Yeah. They pretty much hit the same way. A thud or a thump or a tick. I mean, it's the same thing. If you're fishing a similar type bait, like if you're fishing a Texas rig and you're fishing a jig, the bite feels the same. It's the same thing over and over. I mean, if you're fishing finesse and slower baits, I mean, active baits like like a crankbait or a jerk bait or something, it's a different feeling. But when you're fishing on the bottom that's slow, drop shot, Texas rig, jig, the bite's the same. It feels exactly the same. It's not like they hit different baits like that differently. It's the same feeling. So maybe you just never got hit on it. You'll know when you hit on it. It's gonna feel like a bass. They hit your lure. Just like the other lures, they fish slow. It's not rocket science. It's just fishing. All right, guys. At that point here, I am gonna have to shut this one down. I don't know. It's already after 10. I get up early, upload a video. Yeah, I get up early, I upload a video for tomorrow. Then I gotta head to El Estero, check the trout stock, hopefully they stock, and I gotta film that show. So thank you guys so much for coming in. It's been a lot of fun. Hopefully I helped some way in your adventures to catch more fish. And I'll see you live again next Monday. Monday, right? Yeah, Monday. Next Monday and Tuesday. All right, guys. Thanks a lot. I'm out. Bam!